Hey, you beautiful Buccaneers, Falcore here. So this season has been, well, let's call it memorable. Not because it was good, but because I'm still trying to figure out if Rare was trolling us or just rolling dice to decide what content we get. Spoiler, it can't really get worse, right? Please don't take that as a challenge, Rare. Season 17 kicked off with one of the most thrilling openings imaginable. If you find watching paint dry to be thrilling, nothing major to sink your teeth into, nothing that had crew shouting all hands on deck. It was more like Rare whispering, "You'll be fine, probably." And sure, we were fine, just barely. Then came the mid-season update, which on paper looks like it could have been a banger. The bones were there, the ideas were solid, but instead of fleshing it out, Rare basically said, skeletons and paintings are fine. And that's what we got, a bare bones update. If you caught my last video, you'll know just how close it was to being amazing. The potential was right there, waving at us, and Rare just looked the other way. Now, onto the future. The next update does look kind of exciting. In the same way that mystery meat in the galley looks exciting, it could be delicious or it could kill you. Let me explain. And here's the part Rare really doesn't want to hear. Every bit of feedback from the community, and yes, even from your own partners, has mostly been brushed aside. The focus has been clinging on the same old core mechanics like a barnacle on a ship's hull, and time after time, the new content fizzles out within 72 hours. That's not me being dramatic, that's just reality. So please, once this showcase of the next patch is wrapped up, take these words to heart. Not just mine, but the voice of the community as a whole. We're not shouting at the wind because it's fun, we do it because we love this game and desperately want to see it thrive. Now, let's get into the showcase. It's worth pointing out that this footage is from insiders, and things can change when feedback is given. Hence, this video. The last patch of Season 17 brings in the brand new Reaper Fortresses. These can appear as ambient world events, or you can trigger one yourself. If you're in the mood to stir up some chaos, it's as simple as heading to the quest table, picking up a raid for a Reaper fort under the Athena raid section, and diving in. Of course, you do need to be a pirate legend, which I suppose is Rare's polite way of saying this isn't for new recruits. Yet. Now, the forts themselves have seen a few adjustments. Straight away, you'll notice the shiny new fort cloud. It's huge, it really pops on the horizon, and it definitely gives these forts their own identity. Then there are the ghost vessels circling the area alongside the Dark Brethren phantoms on land, adding a constant air of danger. And in a nice little touch, the ghost ships themselves are the Pirates' Life galleons, which is a cute little nod for those of us who remember that update. These forts are absolutely hectic, probably the most chaotic PvE event we've had so far. Waves of enemies from both land and sea keep you constantly on your toes. There's no casually parking the ship and farming skeletons here, it's relentless. And honestly, I love it. It feels like the game is actively trying to ruin your day in the best way possible. And that's not even counting other crews who might show up just to liberate your hard-earned loot, leaving you to wonder if they actually came for the loot or just to make you cry. On top of that, every fort now has a unique trap system, letting you blast through enemies more quickly if you know what you're doing. Midway through, a skeleton captain appears and drops a new skull type, and you can either sell this skull or use it to unlock a new weapons cache to make finishing the fort easier. The final is still a skeleton lord though, and aside from some cosmetic tweaks, colored planks, banners, a bit of graffiti, the structures themselves haven't really changed. I was hoping for a little more variety here, maybe some stonework, iron gates, something intimidating to match the chaos inside, but hey, I suppose new banners are cheaper. We've also got a fresh set of commendations this time round, and honestly, it's a big step up from spending an entire month reading a single journal. That said, the commendations do feel a little on the short side, considering this fort is a permanent addition to the game. Rare easily could have fleshed them out more, but as it stands, most players will knock them out after just 2 or 3 runs. Still, credit where credit is due, it's certainly a bigger improvement than one journal. The seasonal menu has also had a slight facelift, consolidating everything neatly into one slot. It's cleaner and easier to navigate, which is always welcome. My one bit of feedback here would be to include extended cosmetics that are tied to activities outside of the standard seasonal deeds. For example, completing 3 smugglers runs rewards you with a black powder disguise cosmetic. But the game never tells you this, and I'm sure a few of you watching right now will be saying, huh? The only way to even discover it exists is by digging through the many pages of the vanity stores. That kind of hidden reward system hurts player retention, and I think making these unlocks visible directly on the seasonal page should be a top priority moving forwards. So yes, the forts are great fun. They're chaotic, challenging, and something different to sink your teeth into. But here it comes. The but. Devs, are you listening? Because this is the same but that always turns up. Once again, the whole thing falls short on incentive. The player-activated raid version doesn't have that big ticket prize that makes people say, drop everything, we're doing this. No chest of fortune, no Ashen Athena, no box of wondrous secrets, just loot. And I mean, it's like 3 extra pieces from doing a Phantom Fort. Come on, Rare. Now, keep in mind that if you find one of these forts emergently, i.e. someone didn't die for it, the loot is considerably better. But still no win condition, chest of fortune, Athena chest, whatever you want. It just doesn't exist. Plus, there's no way to tell the difference between a dived fort and an emergent one. The clouds are the same on both. So when you see that cloud pop in the sky, you have no idea whether the loot is going to be good or, well, this. So how do we fix it? 3 things. Firstly, remove the difference between raid and emergent Reaper forts. It adds nothing, confuses players, and let's face it, if anyone at Rare is still worried about the gold economy, that ship sank years ago. Everyone will just see this loot because most people will be diving for it, and then never return to this fort ever again. Instead, once again, going back to the things that do work, Fort of the Damned and the Fort of Fortune. As players, we should be moving forwards with these world events, not going back to the same old things. Number 2, give us a proper win condition, something bold, rare, and exciting. My vote lands on the box of wondrous secrets. It fits lore-wise, it's valuable, and it's exactly the kind of treasure players will fight tooth and nail for. Something that makes them say, yes, I do believe I will die for this. Number 3, upgrade the weapon cache. Honestly, is this it? I mean, again, this is a Raid Voyage version, but guess what extra thing you get in an emergent one? A Cannon of Rage! Whoop whoop! And look what you get in these storage crates. Seriously, come on guys, do you even play this game? I'm sure those coconuts will come in really useful whilst we fire that cannon of rage at a galleon filled with snipers. Stuff these bad boys with wraith balls, cursed cannonballs, bone crawlers, chain shots, myrrh fruits, pineapples, and trophy fish, and that alone is a valid reason to punch out these forts. If Rare focuses on these 3 points, this could honestly be one of the best world events in the game. An on-demand battle, chaotic, exciting, and worth the risk. But if nothing changes, it'll be another Burning Blade, another Skull of Siren Song, another Smuggler's Heist, a short-lived novelty that disappears after a week. No official release date yet for this, but it should arrive sometime in October. I am genuinely looking forward to this update. I'm just not looking forward to it being over within a week. I hope at the very least the developers will listen to the feedback not just from myself, but from the wider community, and do a little reshuffling on the various vaults, and make those storage crates a little less, how can I put this, totally But anyway, if you enjoyed the video and you agree with me, or even if you don't agree with me, hit the like button, and if you fancy it, headbutt that subscribe button for good measure. And until next time folks, happy sailing.